Opposed? Motion carries. The next item on the agenda is approval to go into executive session. Before we do that,
can we just MCA just a few more things before you go into executive?
I'd like to, before you say, I'd just like to say a couple of things and then, okay, and that's all right with me. Okay. But I consider myself, I've been a teacher for 38 years. I still consider myself a teacher. I consider you all fellow teachers. And I've got the utmost respect for you and the job you do because I've been in your shoes. Most people on this board cannot say that. And that's the issue of.
Okay.
Teachers are a different breed. You know it, I know it. You're not going to push anything down a teacher's throat. It's the way it is. When Michael talked about with Tom. Or we've got to sit down and buy into a plan that's good for all of us. Students, teachers, classified, administrators. I think we all realize what an important job and great responsibility you can have as an educator. This past year, I coached at Lawrence County High School. It's kind of like a part of my life. I can't do without it. One reason I'm in Lawrence County because I wasn't allowed to in Martin County. And just tell it like it is. Parents put their most sacred possession in your hands every day. And to me, for a parent to trust me with their daughter or their son, I mean, that's a great responsibility. And you should treasure that. It's the greatest job, I don't care what people say, it's the greatest job there is, to be a teacher, to be a coach, I'm sure a principal, whatever. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Like I said, you're a special breed. I got the utmost respect for you. They say you're creative thinkers. I think some administrators fail to realize that. I think they fail to realize that you got to get your teachers to buy into things. I'm just telling you. It's a lot like kids. Like with my basketball coach, Ray Cornett, Tom, you guys been coaches. Mr. Mills knows, Mike knows. You got to get kids to buy into your plan, your system, if you're going to be successful. I got to let kids know I believe in you. As teachers, I believe in you. I want you to believe in yourself. Like we've discussed this about teacher morale. I told Mr. Mills, that's something we've got to work on. Teacher morale and things like this. Where's teacher morale going to be? Even ever, correct? I want teachers that want to be there to teach. They enjoy teaching like I do. I want students, not with the apathy, and I've seen this, you've seen it as teachers, the apathy attitude. Why should I care? Because they don't care about me. We got to let those kids know that we care. That's the biggest thing about coach and teach. Let them know you care. I wasn't the greatest teacher. I wasn't the worst. We got some great teachers in this system. 90% of you, in part of the language, work your ass off. You do. I know we got some, and again, hopefully you're ready to do that. But continue to work hard, and like I said, I want to work for you. That's one reason I ran for board, is to represent kids, represent teachers, and represent classified. And I feel like right now I'm letting you down. But here's how I feel about it. I'm not going to vote against you getting, I'm not. And I don't have to vote. And I'm not going to vote against you. The state may remove me. That's fine. You deserve it. What we got to sit down and do together. And I talked to Ann Burns, who's seemed like a super nice person in the educational recovery team today. And of course, she's offered, and I don't want to overstep my boundaries, Mr. Neves. Set up a committee, look at things. Where can we make reductions so you can get that raise? Where can we make reductions so our kids can have paper and pencil? So our kids can have it. I hear a nice campaign. And if I ramble on, my girls off Lawrence County say, Coach, you ramble on too much. But I heard, that we need my kids' teachers need supplies. They need this, they can't get it. They need the, I know sports textbooks and this money a lot and how it's supposed to deal with that and all this different. People don't understand that. And that's something that I'm sure Mr. Meadows and I like to see, that to go out in each community or each school and hear the concerns of parents, hear the concerns of those people out there. That's who we're working for. But I'm not going to go against you getting what you deserve. I won't. Like I said, the state may remove me from the board for taking that stand, but I'll deal with it. I've been removed from position before. I do not and will not knowingly do something that would be detrimental to the education of kids or stand in the way of teachers or classified in providing that education for the kids of Martin County. I coach in Lawrence County. I love those kids. There's nothing like working with kids in your own county, though. There's nothing like it. I, along with Mr. Meadows and this board here, we've inherited a bankrupt school system.
Yeah.
We've inherited. I came in here the first month, and this is something we got to remember. January, I sit down here, and the first thing I hear from the state audit, you're incapable, you're incompetent. There's no communication between the central board and Sheldon Clark High School or your other schools or your class. And I believe it. I've seen it. I myself don't know what's going on sometimes. I'm sure Mr. Meadows is going to remedy that. But who's to blame? We're all to blame. All of us. Because why? Because we sat idly by. We didn't speak up. We let decisions go on that put us in financial crisis. Now we got to work together to get the train back on the track. And you know how hard it is to get a big train back on the track. And we've got our work cut out for us. We got to work together. We can sit back, let the state take over like they did in Breathitt County. You know what that's going to do. I mean, they'll come in, they'll slash, they'll cut positions, and we don't want that. We don't need that. I think we're capable of taking care of ourselves. Don't you agree? And, we've been warned about it the past few years. I mean, you can look at this right here. You can look at the past few years, what's going on. Say consequences of mismanagement. I'm not saying who, not naming names. I don't believe in that. Frivolous spending, fund reduction, and it's finally hit home. I know myself. I'm in financial binds at my house myself. I'm not good with finances. Like I said, tell it like it is. We've taken people out of certified positions, make room for other people wanted in those positions, and then to keep those people we